Actually, her and Coach Hoffman, long way back friends, and she just mentioned it to us one day, and I said, "Get her on the phone. Let's get her here." We had her on campus. That was that. It was simple. It was easy. It was an easy decision. You know, I think the one thing that you can take from a very young coach is a lot of times, as a head coach, you preach the work ethic. I don't have to preach that with her. I don't have to tell her to speak up. She already does it. She's kind of that person that, she's just going to speak her mind, and that's what it is. And she's a great person, a good character person, so I think everybody really respects that about her. So
honestly, it's been an asset. She has so much knowledge that she's been giving to the program, stuff that, has opened my eyes personally. She has played all different spots on the floor, so being a post player, she has really helped me in all different aspects.
I mean, it's cool to be able to have an impact on a group of girls who are here for basketball. They're student athletes, they're obviously students first, but they're here because they want to play basketball at the next level. They want to be successful at a greater level than just at high school basketball, where there's more challenges, there's more competition. You have to really work to balance school and academics a lot more than you do in high school, with the travel and with the season being significantly longer and with the competitions being significantly harder and with having practice in the middle of the day and then having to go back to class and stuff like that. And it's really cool to be a part of something like that, to be able to impact these girls on something that was such a big part of my life, to hopefully help them have basketball has such a positive impact in their lives as well. It was an incredible career. I had success in the high school level, I had success in the college level, and then I got to move on to the next level, which not a lot of girls do, but a lot of things that people don't realize is that it comes from everybody who's around you. I wouldn't be the player that I was today if I didn't have the experiences that I did in high school, if I didn't have the teammates I had in high school, the opportunities I had with AAU. It goes all the way back to when I was in grade school. If I didn't have those fundamentals built into me when I was playing down the road at St. John's, I wouldn't be the player I am today, because I wouldn't have had the experience that I had in high school and the teammates and the coaches and everything that I had in high school. And then moving on to the next level, if I didn't have that foundation from high school, I wouldn't have had the experience I had at Florida Gulf Coast. And when I was there, if I didn't have the coaching, if I wasn't able to work with the incredible coaching staff I worked with all my teammates who, they could have been Conference Player of the Year. I could have had 5 different teammates who were Conference Player of the Year when I was playing at Florida Gulf Coast. It just happened to be the group of people who I was with. I was able to flourish and really be the best player that I could be and help my team be a relatively successful team in a mid-major conference. And then I was able to move on to the next level. I was fortunate enough to, because there's a lot of girls who are extremely successful, extremely talented college players who just don't have the connections, they don't have an opportunity to go and play when they could. So a lot of it comes back to the positions that I was in and the people who were around me, building me up and making me who I am today, honestly. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to med school when I was in high school and I was in college. But then when I went and played overseas and I came back, I wasn't really thinking that I wanted to go back to 8 years of school. And then I got into coaching with my sisters at McLane last year, and I really enjoyed it. And then I decided to go back to school for my first master's in secondary education. So that's kind of what brought me to Mercyhurst. And then circumstances were almost perfect, where they had a position open, I applied for it, and I happened to be fortunate enough to work with good coaching staff and some great girls. It was different. It was definitely a different experience. Culturally, it's so different when you go to a country that's different from America. Everything is different. There's people there, and they're doing their thing, but it's just, they do things so differently. They take time at lunch for 2 hours a day, and, so it's culturally, it's very, very different, but it was an incredible experience, and it's really enriching experience is honestly what it is. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I loved it. It changed my career plans significantly, but I was very, very fortunate to play, and I really enjoyed my experience.